2, go!
Well, good day, viewers. It's yet another Friday here on In the Mix Africa. I know you guys are not used to seeing my face at the beginning of the show. It's usually Ashwin that kicks off the show. But for this one, Ashwin is not here, so he left the show in good hands, and I'm the guest for today. So viewers, stay tuned. We are getting ready for an exciting show. I'm looking forward to seeing what Patricia is doing in the kitchen. I've been missing out on this food a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't eaten a lot of these things that the people have been eating on this show. So I'm excited to be here for that. And other than that, obviously we are talking football, but not just Namibian football. We are stretching across borders. The Premier League is coming back. Fantasy football is coming back, and we are all very excited for that. So my guest for today will be helping me dive into how to select your teams, giving the best bet tips, and making sure that you guys are sorted and ready for the upcoming weekend. So please do stay tuned. We'll be going for a short break, and after that, you guys can get to meet my guest. Well, viewers, like I said, there's a lot of football that's going on, and I brought in one of the best guys to help you analyze the game, to help you break down the games, to help explain to you what the things are looking like, and to just talk about football, and that is my brother, none other than Jevon Wilson. Brother, man, how are you doing, my guy?
What an introduction, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for that, Brian. Now I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited, as you know. Some of the football leagues do commence this weekend.
Yes.
We have the PSL, our local South African Football League, that's also starting off. Some crack of games there with Stellenbosch hosting Kaizer Chiefs. So a lot to look forward to.
Look, Ashwin is not here today. You and I usually they just give us 5 minutes of shine time on the show. But for today, we are carrying the whole show. So there's a lot we're going to talk about. But yeah, how excited are you for all of this?
Yeah, very excited. Ashwin, don't worry. Your seat is going to be kept warm.
Yeah.
I will make sure I'm going to do the best.
Okay, cool. Not to waste any time. We start off with some local news. The FNB Women's Super League defending champions, or the champions rather, Beauties FC have been drawn into the CAF Champions League, CAF Women's Champions League qualifiers. Jevon, look, everyone is saying this is the group of death. We are in the group of death with the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa, with the likes of Zesco from Zambia, and then you look at Topa from Malawi. What are your thoughts on the group stage draw?
Look, it's obviously having Mamelodi Sundowns there. I think that's the opening game that Beauties that we are playing.
Yeah.
So that's a tough opening fixture. But the ladies did very well. I think Salome and the team are doing an outstanding job. I think that the team is growing from strength to strength.
Yeah.
And I do feel that we can be competitive there. And we wish her nothing but the best and our full support.
And you know, they are definitely out here looking for support, looking for sponsors. And if you look at the team, they do have a lot of good players. I mean, the likes of Millicent Hikaum, you look at Fiola Fleet, who plays rugby for you, and plays football for the girls. It's usually one-sided in the FNB Women's Super League, with the likes of Ongos always dominating and stuff like that. But to see that Beauties came out on top this season, do you think they have a chance of maybe going far or making a statement at the qualifiers?
Look, in football, anything is possible, right? If the structure is set up correctly and the team is in the right spirit, in the right moment, I think they can definitely qualify that group. It's going to be tough, as we've seen the other teams there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy, but I mean that's why we're there, right? To have to be competitive, and us as a nation, and us as a sports betting company, will definitely support them in whatever way that we can, and Salome knows that.
Lovely. Well, you guys heard it from Jevon. The support is not this. It's not to say that there's no support. We are making sure that the girls are getting all the support that they need from the country and from JSB Sports Betting. Well, look, this is just for me to update you with the weekend stuff. I mean, we didn't speak behind the screens, but if you look at the screen, these are just some of the events that we are broadcasting this upcoming weekend. So we have the Billie Jean Cup. That's tennis. That's the first time it's happening here in Namibia. Guys, look, I'm not trying to boast about JSB. I'm not trying to say that because I won an iPhone 16 with JSB, but that's a chat for another time. Look at the events that we are covering. We're covering the JSB Gold Cup. That's an event that's proudly sponsored by JSB. A big match between last year's NRU champions, Kudus that are taking on the semi-final or the finalists Wanderers. So that's one of the big games that we are live streaming. And we also have the futsal that's happening at the showgrounds. And we also know that JSB, once again, is also one of the sponsors there. So where do you find yourself this weekend, Jeff?
Look, there's a little thing called the JSB Wanderers Treasure Hunt also happening on Saturday. So I find myself in a team.
Okay.
So I'll be also hunting for the treasure there. But I would want to watch the rugby. I think the Wanderers Kudus match could be a nice one to watch. I'll make sure I'll have some time there to go and see the boys.
Okay. And before we do talk about anything else, like I said, we're first going to touch on whatever is close to our neighboring countries. The PSL that you did mention is up this weekend, and we have a couple of games. I selected a couple of the matches. I left out one of the big ones that you did speak about, the Kaizer Chiefs and Stellenbosch. But these are just some of the games that are taking place in the PSL that kicks off this weekend, unlike some of the bigger leagues that only start next weekend.
Yes. Look, Mamelodi Sundowns, we saw them in the Club World Cup. I think they were an outstanding team.
Yeah.
I think they really made us proud as Africans out there. I mean, the game against Dortmund was really, it was a fire, it was a cracker of a game. So I would love to see them how they play against a cheaper away. As you mentioned, Stellenbosch, not on the screen right there, up against Kaizer Chiefs. I would probably look at that being the match of the week in terms of the PSL. But football season is kicking off. Get your bets in. Make sure you sign up with jspsports.bet and make some money there.
We'll definitely give you guys tips later on the show, just in case the people are wondering. These guys are not giving out any tips. We're waiting for the tips. The tips are coming. Relax, chill, and we'll bring those to you shortly. For now, I have to leave my bra here and quickly go to the other side and see what Patricia is up with. But hang with us, and we'll be back after a break.
Okay, viewers, soos julle kan sien, I'm here with Brian.
Yevo.
He moved all the way over from there to join me.
I'm very excited to be here with you.
It's been a minute with the two of us are together here, especially on this side.
It's been too long. I think it's the first time since you guys started with In The Mix.
In the Mix Africa, yeah.
Yeah, In The Mix Africa. So I have been missing out a lot on the food, and I see we're getting our hands dirty today.
Yeah, a nice type of dirty.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna make spicy kapana wraps. So our kapana is all cooked.
Okay.
It's ready. I don't remember what I put in there, but yeah, I'll tell you guys on social media throughout the week.
Okay.
It's cooked, it's ready, and then we have our chopped tomatoes and green pepper.
Okay.
And then a very special sauce that is both sour and spicy at the same time, which I think will complement our meat.
Okay, I like that.
So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna give you this. So you just spread that out.
Okay.
I think that's
a
too
lot.
much.
Yeah.
I think you don't need just a specific amount, but yeah.
Okay.
I think you can use the kwasi.
Cool. Okay, this is actually a cool kwasi, eh?
Yeah. So Brian, while I have you here, I have been meaning to ask. Like, we know you're a sports journalist. We see you with Jevon every week. You guys do your sports betting. And it's safe to say now that you're an expert when it comes especially to the sports betting.
Okay.
But then also an expert when it comes to your professional field. As a sports journalist, you know a lot, especially about football.
Yes.
Where does this love, this passion, and this knowledge for football come from?
Perry, that's a very good question. Actually, I never liked football, fun fact.
So it's safe to say you've never played football?
No, I did. I played
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I never liked football. So I grew up not liking football. I think I only started liking football when I got to high school. I think in grade 8. I think that's when my love for football started. So before that, it was just a thing of, I used to play rugby a lot. And then football, I just started falling in love with football. I remember with the 2010 World Cup.
Okay.
Because the hype behind the World Cup was very big. Everyone was speaking about the World Cup. And then there, slowly but surely, I started understanding football. I played a couple of games at my school.
Okay.
As a defensive midfielder, which I hated because I think it's one of the toughest positions to play in football. But other than that, I decided football is not for me to play, but to watch and to enjoy. It's the most beautiful sport there is, I have to be honest.
Okay, so this is a perfect example of know your limits. Okay,
Yes,
know
I
where
know.
you belong.
I'm not in those funny fighting and whatnot and whatnot. It's a very tiring sport, especially if you play midfield. So I tried it out and I was like, nah. As nice as this is, it's not for me. It's not for me to do.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can say the same with netball. Loved the game, but at some point I just grew like, I like watching people play. Don't put me on the field.
And not being in the field.
Yeah, I always played the position that ran the least. I was in that small
You were
circle.
okay. You were fine.
I was a decent player. Nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
I was decent. Okay, now comes the difficult part, Brian.
So we add, okay, this is challenging.
It is. Disclaimer, we watched a tutorial like 2 seconds before we started.
Yeah, like 3 seconds. And I already forgot what that guy did in the trailer.
He did this, and then I think I have too much meat on.
I think so
but
too.
It's fine. We'll make it work.
So,
He did this.
Perry, you got it right. Look at you.
It's a very roughly wrapped, spicy kapana wrap, but I think this is pretty decent.
You know what I'm going to do? In life, you must never complicate things. You must always keep it simple.
Voila.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move all my ingredients to one side.
Whatever works for you, Brian.
I'm
It's
going
not
to
what the
move
tutorial did, but
all my ingredients to one side, right? And then I'm going to fold everything in
it seems to somehow be working.
on one side. And
I
then
don't know how.
Boom.
But now you must close the sides, otherwise things will fall out on the side.
Oh, you eat it like this? You must
But
already
it will,
just go
at
from
least
the beginning.
one side
okay, close it
must
from
be.
your one side.
I don't know if I'm doing this properly, but
If I had a toothpick or something, that would have helped. But
like
yes,
that.
boom.
Looks nice, right?
Perfect.
I think just to give it that little grill touch, we're going to wrap the rest and just put them on the fire so that it can roast a bit on the outside. But then we got to go feed Jevon.
Yeah, I think he's waiting.
Probably like
he's going to be so proud of me, I think. Look, this is very beautiful. Like,
mine needs help, but it's fine.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
viewers, we will be right back and we'll get Jevon's opinion about what's been happening here. But we also have some videos from Short Corner, so please stick around and let's see what's happening across borders.
Jeff, you saw the skill? With the wrap. It's my first time, but you saw the skill. What are your thoughts on?
No, excellent folding skills. You can see your bachelor folding clothes at your spare time. No, excellent. Well done. And the food looks scrumptious, looks delicious. Can't wait to try it.
We're all getting very, very hungry on this side of the table, and the food is almost ready. But before we do get to the food, it's time to give you guys some tips for the weekend. Hopefully, you can make yourself some money. But before we do get to the money, we have a new iPhone user in the house. He's going to be representing himself shortly. There we go. New iPhone 16, 128 gig, courtesy of JSB. Won that phone for myself. Very beautiful phone. It's a teal. The color is teal, I understand.
Yes, look at that smile, eh?
You can't buy that smile, bro. Happiness.
Yeah. No, well done, Brian. Just a disclaimer, it was a randomized draw. It just shows you how much Brian does bet on JSBsports.bet.
You know, I was actually supposed to bring my winning slips of last week on the show. I forgot. Once I sent you during the weekend, I forgot. I didn't put my mind on. But yeah, we made some money this weekend, guys. With the friendlies, not this weekend, but during the course of the week, we did make some cash with some betting tips. But that's not the topic of discussion right now. We are looking to the future. We're looking to the upcoming games and how we can help you make some cash. So to start off with, we want to hear Jevon's thoughts on Manchester United signing, beating Newcastle, who are in the Champions League, to the signing of Benjamin Sesko. What are your thoughts on that signing, Jevon?
Scores when he wants. Benjamin Sesko scores when he wants. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking forward to him scoring perhaps more goals than Gyökeres in the upcoming 2025-2026 Premier League season. It just shows you the pulling power that United still have.
Yes.
As you can tell, I'm ecstatic. I'm putting him straight into my fantasy team.
Okay, we'll speak about fantasy as well. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just proud that Ineos is doing the work out there behind the scenes, getting players in for the coach. It seems like they are backing the coach, and I'm happy about that. And hopefully we can have a decent season, better than the one we had last
season. Eh? Okay. If speaking of transfers, are you happy with United's transfers? Do you want to see more players come in, more players go out?
Yeah, most definitely. There are one or two players that I think still have to exit the door, which is unfortunately for Garnacho and Anthony. And in terms of coming in, I would really love the fact that we have an interest with Gianluigi Donnarumma. If he could come in and he could be the number one goalkeeper instead of Onana, no disrespect there, but we know all his mishaps and mistakes.
Yes.
And then Baleba from Brighton, if he can come in as well, I think we have a solid team. I'm just a little bit concerned regarding the mid-season when it's the AFCON and the players need to go away, Baleba and Mbuemo and others, that there might be an issue there. But for now, I think we are on track to have a good start to the season. So bring on the Arsenal, Ashwin.
Bring on the Arsenal, Ashwin. It's good that you're not here because it's a United thing going on here. Look, we're just going to scan through some of the signings, and I just want you to share your quick thoughts on them. Having a look at Darwin Núñez, who is leaving Liverpool. I mean, Alexander-Arnold might still go to Liverpool by the looks of things, but Darwin Núñez is officially leaving Liverpool.
Isaac.
Not
Arnold.
Yes, Isaac. Sorry. He might still join Liverpool. Thoughts on this one?
Money. That's it. Full stop.
Okay.
I mean, we all know why he went. So yeah, another top player with great potential lost, legacies lost. So yeah, all the best to him, and yeah.
Maybe we'll come back to the Premier League, but let's just quickly have a look at Son. Son is one of the players that we have loved in the Premier League. Now he's leaving. I've been signaled we only have 2 minutes. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's more attractive than going to Saudi Arabia, playing in the MLS. I think the MLS league is growing, I think, from strength to strength as well. I think they are it's a very attractive league right now for a lot of players that are going towards the end of their careers. So, and it was quite surprising when I saw it on the headlines when it was breaking. Son leaving, he's the captain, obviously. So yeah, it's a new leaf for the Spurs, new coach with Thomas Frank coming in as well. So yeah, all the best to them, and we'll see how far they can get.
Good luck for Sonny Boy. Skipping the rest of the transfers, we're gonna jump straight into your bet slip, I think, first. I want to first see what your thoughts are for this weekend. I mean, this is the most important part of the show. I think this is the part that everyone waits for. So tell us, Jevon, $500 for 3,720 Namibian dollars and 77 cents. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, look, $500 is a bit much. I think we might have a bit of change left over from the previous pay.
Yeah.
But I think this is a decent slip. The curtain raiser, the inaugural curtain raiser to the Premier League. Crystal Palace and Liverpool play in the Community Shield.
Okay.
I think both teams lack game fitness. I think we'll only see that after the first 3 game weeks. So therefore, I feel there could be lapse in concentration in both defenses, for that matter. I feel both teams can score, and I'll go with both teams to score. I think for 1.78, those are decent
odds. Yes.
Mamelodi Sundowns, as I said, that's a banker. Stellenbosch taking up Kaizer Chiefs. I think that's a very attacking. Both sides are very attacking, so it's an attacking game. I feel both teams can definitely score there, and I'll end off with the banker, which is Orlando Pirates.
Orlando Pirates is the banker. Okay, let's quickly have a look at mine. Mine is very ambitious. $300 for 3,000 Namibian dollars. Chelsea versus Leverkusen. All of mine are friendlies. Barcelona taking on Como. Barca to score more than 2. And then the rest is as you see it on the screen. Well, viewers, before we do leave, Jevon, we do have the giveaway. The new giveaway that's on and going, where you can't win an iPhone, obviously, but you can definitely walk away with a voucher of 10,000, 5,000, or 2,500 Namibian dollars. Just let the viewers know before we do leave how they can take part in this competition. Gabby maybe also wants to know how she can walk away with a voucher.
Thank you. Just quick, simple. You place a bet of 20 Namibian dollars on any sports bet market, and if it's a losing ticket, you stand a chance to win one of the home care vouchers. Home care could be any home care company within the capital city. We're still going to finalize that. So that's the value. At the first prize will be 10, second will be 5, and the third 2,500.
Valid between the 4th until the 31st of August. That's not all the time that we do have for you. We'll continue this chat right after the break. The food is almost ready. We need to eat. So viewers, please stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
The National Stadium in Gaborone is expected to undergo further renovations at an additional cost of 4 million pula, which will be injected by the government ahead of, or rather in preparation of, the 2026 World Athletics Relay competition, which will be held in Gaborone. Now, this was revealed by the Minister of Sports and Arts, Jacob Gilibeng, who further revealed that this will bring the total cost of the renovations project to 17 million pula, after 13 million pula was already spent back in April on renovations ahead of the World Grand Prix competitions, which were also held in Gaborone back in April. The minister was actually answering to questions and concerns regarding the quality of the works, or the quality of the renovations that were done on the National Stadium back in April. And he did assure that this time around, things will be done correctly and they will meet international standards. He also revealed that the same company that had been appointed back in April to do renovations then will be reappointed to do this job, and they have since promised to meet international standards ahead of the relays. He said his ministry has, or rather he assured that his ministry will ensure that this work, this revised work, will be done within the agreed time frame and meet all required specifications. This comes as members of the public as well as some stakeholders raised concerns about what they called shoddy works that were done on the National Stadium renovations back in April, questioning if the country is actually ready, or questioning the preparedness of the country to host an event, a global event of this magnitude. And therefore the minister just basically assured the public that all will be done well, and it will be done well within the time frame and will meet international standards.
Viewers, make sure that with the betting tips we gave you, like I said, always just copy the code, walk around what we did, and maybe you can find yourself something else. You don't always have to agree with what this madman says or with what I say. It's never always correct, because we always just go with our gut feelings and what we think. But if you feel like you want to go different, by all means, we're not stopping you. We are just guaranteeing you that with us, you have a better chance of making yourself some money. So, yeah, look into that. But enough chats about that. We'll be talking about the fantasy shortly, but I think I first I want you to taste the food. So, Patricia, who is ready with the food, I think is bringing us the food. I need you to taste the wraps. And then she put a little char on them.
I'm too excited. Too excited to eat.
Okay, Patricia, do you want to tell Jevon what we prepared today?
What we prepared?
Yes.
Like I told Brian, I have no idea what I did with the meat. But it was on the coals, getting ready, sizzling in some oil with some, I think, onion. I put cayenne pepper, paprika, a lot of chili flakes. So I hope you like spicy food.
Yes, most certainly. And I see there's a dip at the company.
It's the same sauce that is the base layer for the wrap. So in case you want more sauce, there's more sauce. I do not.
Brilliant.
In the sauce, there's mayo, mustard, Tabasco, and a little bit of salt. Just a.
Nice.
Wanna go for it?
Yeah.
Let's
Go for it.
There
Let's
are
go for it.
toothpicks just to secure them. So please take them out first.
Okay. Where's the toothpick though? Okay, here. Oh, I was gonna bite yo.
That's why I'm like, please secure.
Taking out
Be
first.
careful.
Cheers. Here it goes.
Patricia, you jumping in now?
I'll eat off camera. This looks a bit messy. Jevon finally gets to taste the food. He always just misses out.
Wow.
The quiet means that they're enjoying it.
It's a burst of flavors.
I love it. I love every piece of it. I think it's time we wrap up, but before we do dive into our food, fantasy-wise, speaking of mini leagues, these are very important for football lovers. They are very important for us.
Yes.
So, are you in any mini league so far? I'm going to create a couple. The In the Mix Fantasy League is coming very soon. We're going to share it with you guys next week. It's coming very, very soon. You guys can join that league. So we see who knows football and who doesn't, because at the end of the day, it's all about breaking rights. So, Jeff?
Yeah, no, certainly. I have joined. Annually, I joined with a bunch of mates of mine. I actually came second in both leagues that I joined last season. Yeah, unfortunate. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, I guess. But hopefully this season, when I have Sesko in my team and a couple of others, Buemo and Cunha, I'm going to have a decent season and take it all the way to the final once again.
I hope it works out. Fun fact, I was ranked first in Namibia after the first game week of last season. I'm thinking of replicating the same energy this year, but do you have any of these top performers in your team? I wanted to mention that to you. Harry Wilson, these are the guys that have been performing in the preseason so far. So the likes of Harry Wilson, Jan Mateta, Danny Welbeck, Joe Piro, I don't know how to say his name, but I think it's Piro. Darwin Nunes, who's leaving, he is out of contention. Gerard Bowen, one of my favorite players. Johan Ayori, and then Doniel Malen. He came from Dortmund. So
yeah, very pacey player, that player from Dortmund, Malen. Unfortunately, I don't. However, I did have Bowen in my team last season, and Bowen being the captain of the side, taking the set pieces, penalties, for example. I think he's a high-scoring striker. I see they made him a forward this season.
Ooh, interesting.
No more midfielder. So yeah, look into Bowen. I think Bowen is a decent player to have in your team, and consistency and especially game time you will have with him.
And speaking of strikers, who are you guys here? I mean, we still haven't added Seshko yet, because this was before he was announced. So what are your thoughts there?
Haaland 14, it's a bit expensive, it's pricey there. Look, the Isak situation, we really don't know what's happening there, so I'll leave him out. Gyökeres, I have him in my side. He's a goal scorer. Ollie Watkins, etiquette, I'd rather choose others. For example, João Pedro, that's not on the list there. I think he had an outstanding Club World Cup since he joined Chelsea. He scored in the final as well, helping him lift the trophy. So I'll throw in João Pedro, Gyökeres, and as I said, my third striker will definitely be Benjamin.
Well, viewers, there you heard it from Jevon. Do not forget about Salah, the guy who scored the most points last season. You need to have Salah in your team. If you don't have Salah in your team, I do not know what you're doing. And his fixtures look very nice. Like you can see, ownership is already about 50%. That just shows you that this guy is really loved. Playing against Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal, and then the games get easier from there. Viewers, that's all the time that we do have for you on In the Mix Africa. Patricia was probably wondering, what are these guys talking about?
Exactly.
We'll update you as the season goes on so she can catch up. But from Brian Munango, Jevon Wilson, and Patricia Kutia, it is goodbye.